Hello everybody. Welcome back to the 5-Digit World Cup. My name is Cameron Krill, and joining me in the casting booth is the lovely Gabber SS. You're joining us to witness a matchup between Thailand and Kazakhstan. These are two teams that are in the lower side of Group E. We'll be seeing a matchup between Seed 25 Thailand versus Seed 30 Kazakhstan. Gabbers, what are your thoughts on this matchup? I know these lower seeded teams are always sort of a mystery to us. But do you think, Kazakhstan have a chance in this matchup?
What's up? I'm, looking forward to see some of these lower seeded matches. I think that's kind of the beauty of group stage, where we kind of get to see a lot more of these less stronger teams. They get a bit more of a chance to shine here and there. They get a couple more matches to show up to in the stage. So kind of interested to see if Kazakhstan can show up with the same decently well-roundedness that they pulled up with during their first match. Both of these teams, they're currently standing at the top of their group right now. Kazakhstan is first and Thailand is second. So this is pretty much gonna decide who's gonna be taking the lead here in their group. So pretty big match for whoever. Big match for both of them. It's gonna come down to whether they can still show up the same way that they did during the first match. Kazakhstan, I believe, coming out with a really solid and one-sided win against Belarus, 5-1, and Thailand beating Argentina in a 5-2 fashion. So let's see how both of the juggernauts of Group E go up against each other, I guess.
That's right, and instantly we're going to be seeing the first batch of bans come in for both of these countries. It looks like we're going to see a Nomok 4 and a Hard Rock 1 ban from Kazakhstan, and meanwhile on the side of Thailand, they're going to be looking to take out the Nomok 2 and Hard Rock 3. I mean, what are you making of this? Or what are you making out of these sorts of bans? I believe Nomok 2 and Hard Rock 3 are more on that flowy side, so could be that Thailand wants to just play away from the flow, and meanwhile Kazakhstan looking to shut down, I believe, Nomok 4 being, more conventional tech, and Hard Rock 1 being, slightly less heavy on the tech side, but still in that sort of genre of mech tech.
Yeah, Hard Rock 1, I mean, I feel like these bans kind of make sense. Kazakhstan, I mean, they did pretty well across all of the mods, but they have their fair share of weaknesses in, the tech and, very niche Hard Rock side of things, so I feel like that makes sense. And, I mean, so far, it's HD3 to come out as the first pick on the board. So, I mean, I'm not really too sure. I didn't really do too much studying into both of these two teams' methodologies in terms of pick strategies and bans. So, from what I can see, Thailand has some of the best Noma 2 performances. So, if that were left open, then that would have been really great. And meanwhile, Kazakhstan fairly solid on the HD, so maybe they'll lean towards that. And I mean, we're starting out with HD3, so far, I mean, that seems to be the case with what's popping up right now. So it's gonna be Street Hibari, which I believe is gonna be your HD slider and semi-altish kind of test. So a bit of control here and there, a bit awkward, quite dense with the AR 9.2. So let's see how both of these teams fare on this.
Yeah, I find it interesting actually that Kazakhstan decided to instantly jump into the tech, right? Considering that they wait, was it Kazakhstan or was it Thailand who banned out the tech, Gabba?
I believe it was Kazakhstan.
It was Kazakhstan who banned.
I think Kazakhstan went for the Nomad for HD2, I believe, right?
Well, if that's the case, that's pretty interesting to me, right? Because this Hidden 3, it's not conventional tech, right? But you look at the mapper lineup, it's freaking Surgis map set. There's Misty. I believe this set in particular is mapped by Misty. Up in Osu, Asinoze. All of these are very, very well-known tech mappers, and they're very well known for their slider design. And this map is no exception, right? I mean, very, very big sliders. It's not the song itself doesn't really lend itself to this conventional style of tech, but the map sure does go against what your expectations may imply. And so the fact that Kazakhstan decided to go for a Hidden 3 tech pick right after banning the Nomok 4 and the Hard Rock 1, which were the two, closest tech adjacent picks in this pool, is pretty damn interesting to me. And I think if they are going to win a point on this, it's because of two things. One, they're stronger on the hidden, and two, they want to pick this because it removes one of the hiddens from the pool. early on. But with that said, let's jump straight into Street Hibari instantly. Some early misses gonna clear the screen, of course, and Momoko or Aoba from both corners of the screen are gonna be the ones finding the first miss. So it's 3 FCs to 3, slightly moving on the side of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it's a very short map. You can already see just with that spike how quickly uncomfortable that this map can get with its slider patterns and flow control mixed in. So these combos that are still holding from both sides, I mean, it's 3-3 earlier, now it's only 3-2 with Peru coming in with the next miss. They're gonna be the ones that you're gonna have to look out for, because these combos are gonna have to hold on for dear life to try and scale that lead over to their side. So far, it's 3-2, but Comet-chan, before the break, it's Meow and Lion Knight against Depressive and O-Sigman. It's currently... Oh my god! Depressive comes out with a double miss with Peru. It's a collab from Kazakhstan except for O-Sigman. It's 1 FC against 2 FCs and the recovery.
Yeah, I know, and it's a massive recovery at that, right? Momoko might find the miss, but that's not who you need to go down. There are still 2 looming threats on the side of Thailand. As you move into the last quarter of the map, and O-Sigman just can't seem to get it together. There are no combos from the side of Kazakhstan, and even that miss that we saw just now from Comet-chan is doing more damage to the scoreline. Might find a miss, but once again, that's not who you need to go down. That scoreline is just going to keep on compounding towards the left side, as you know, there's no recovery from the side of Kazakhstan as they continue to find misses. I mean, why? Why did they pick this? You know, as your first pick as well? Like, given how you took out Nomad 4 and Hard Rock 1, tech should just be a dead zone for your team. So probably a misjudgment from the Kazakhstan side. You know, they probably thought that they could put up a good fight because of the hidden, but at the end of the day, you know, the general genre of the map, it was a map diff. It's not a mod diff, it's a map diff here. And Thailand just seemed to get that upper hand with 2 incredible scores, one 800k and one 900k from Meow XD and Lion Knight as well.
Yeah, so far Thailand showing up when they needed to and coming and swinging. Kazakhstan just kind of went for a bit of a question mark there. A map that neither team has played so far in both of their matches previously, and one that's kind of a question mark in terms of, you know, the bans and the skill set comfortability coming into this match after they banned the Nomad for an HR1. So now Thailand has that opportunity to maybe go for that Nomad 2 that they actually did protect. So that's oh wait, no, that was a Kazakhstan protect? Really? Wait. Kazakhstan protected the map that Thailand has top 4 seed on in qualifiers. What? Does that mean Thailand is gonna go for something else?
Wait, hold on. No, wait. The protects are Nomad 2 from Kazakhstan and DT3 from Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's just a standard pick from Okay, so it's not Doomsday. You know, it's not GG's just yet. But Momoko Aoba from Thailand is going to pivot into the Hard Rock 2. Now, the Hard Rock pool has been pretty... it seems as though both teams just really don't want to touch this Hard Rock pool at all, right? Kazakhstan taking out the Hard Rock 1, Thailand banning out the Hard Rock 3, so the fact that Thailand is being brave enough to pick it to the Hard Rock 2 is sort of a power play and a confidence pick in that aspect. Really just hitting into what would seem like uncharted territory for Thailand. So I actually really like this pick, and for what it's worth, they can afford to play a bit more aggressive with their picks given how they are 1 breakpoint up. So yeah, let's see how they perform on this. I'm not too sure how well they did during the qualifiers, but you know, given how it's their first pick, they have to be somewhat confident on it.
Well, I mean, as you mentioned, I do like it as a confidence play, but on paper, looking at the statistics, I mean, they are the better Hard Rock team on paper based on qualifiers, but in terms of matchups, like, both of these teams have played this previously in their first groups matches, so we do have some information. It's actually Kazakhstan to come out with the better score by around 200k, so this is actually a bit of an interesting pick for for Thailand to come out with to try and consolidate that breakpoint. So maybe their first match performance against Argentina was a bit of a low roll. Maybe they want to try and abuse precision against Kazakhstan here. Maybe they practiced quite a bit since their last match. I don't know. There's still quite a lot of question marks here, like so far with these first 2 picks, in my opinion. But I mean, considering Thailand just won that first breakpoint from that HD3, Surely they're looking to try and go for a really strong pick and consolidate that to get the second point on the board. So let's see how it goes for them.
Yeah, I mean, and at the same time, now it's probably a good time to talk a little bit about, what group stage or what a pool of such a low SR might imply, right? Because you mentioned that might just been a logo from Thailand, and I'm definitely inclined to say to describe it as such, right? Because with such a low SR pool, it's so easy for you to low roll. It's so easy for teams, in fact, to get pop-off scores that really consistency is key in low SR, but this is also the SR where your scores can fluctuate the most because of that absolute need to hit an FC every single time on a SR this low. Early sections of the map, however, and this map is just a very, very standard. This is very, very standard Hard Rock 2, just TS 6.5, just really a check on your precision. Nothing too special as you move into the first KI.
Yep, it's just gonna be some relatively slow flow, kind of spaced, really difficult on the CS 6.5. The slider aim is there, and yeah, that's just how it is with like really, really low SR, man. Like the consistency has to be there for every match you play. So even when the stats favor you, it's not gonna look good on paper. And so far for Thailand, it's not really looking good for them so far in practicality, as it's currently 2 misses against 1 from the Kazakhstani side.
Yeah, Thailand really got us wincing with those 2 misses, and now 3 with momoko finding yet another one to add to the total. And meanwhile, Kazakhstan is now holding 4 FCs. I mean, did they organize this? Did they just decide to pick what the other team was strong on? Like, what is happening? What is happening? It's right now. It's only line and light. It's only line and night for the side of Thailand, and meanwhile Kazakhstan is staring down with 3 FCs, and with large recovery to cancel out anything Vixera can put onto the board. Thailand can't even begin to hold a comeback right now. We're moving into the second half of the map, and time is running out on the map. momoko, that miss is not going to do them any favors whatsoever as it continues to grow past that 250k mark.
Yeah, Kazakhstan are just gonna continue to keep on building and building here as their 2 FCs hold on, and they have that really strong recovery from Para. Line and Knight all on his own really here, and Thailand looking to try and match Kazakhstan's first mistake here and start off the match with a trade of breakpoints potentially. They see the scores, and Thailand, they probably know what's to come at this point, unless we see those 2 FCs from Kazakhstan drop. Hahahami and Kakopu, I mean, it's probably just gonna continue the snowball. It's 360 Ken climbing. We have a bit of a slowdown section before we have the big sliders once again, and even if they miss, is there even gonna be enough time? It's a complete disaster from the Thai side. Meow and Lion and Knight, Vixera and Mocha Alba, they need to hold and hope that their opponents miss, but it's Meow to find that mistake in the last KI. The 2 FCs are still there from Kazakhstan, and even the recoveries are there to support these pillars, holding on so strong to try and fix the mistake that they made earlier on. It's going to be a trade of breakpoints at the start of this match, Cami.
Yeah, just one misjudgment after another, right? And in that sense, in fact, you could say that perhaps Kazakhstan's ban on the Hard Rock 1 was unfounded, because they won this. They destroyed this Hard Rock 2 so incredibly decisively that even if they're not the strongest team on tech, when you translate this Hard Rock performance into Hard Rock 1, I don't think that I don't think that Kazakhstan lose this. I don't think Kazakhstan lose the Hard Rock matchup. But there's no point in talking. But at this juncture, there's no point in talking about what could have been, right? Because the fact of the matter is the Hard Rock pool completely untargetable at this juncture. We're really just taking it out as early as possible. And with that, it's back to the drawing board for Kazakhstan. But man, what did they go for? I'm probably looking at something like a free mod, in fact.
Free mod. I don't think Kazakhstan has played a single free mod just yet, though.
Really?
So there's not really too much information with their team there. I feel like if they want to go for something safe, they could go for another map that they've played. They could try and return back to that hidden attempt, I suppose, and push for that hidden one that they did somewhat decently on during their previous match. There's also that no mod to protect, which strikes me as odd, considering that's the map that Thailand did really good on during qualifiers, but no, instead, wait, are they picking Thailand's Protect in DT3?
I'll be real.
What is happening? Wait, is this correct? Am I looking at this correctly?
Yo,
okay,
guys.
wait. Never mind. That it's actually correct. Okay, wait. Apparently, it's wrong on the stream. I think it's Nomad to Protect from Thailand and DT3 Protect from Kazakhstan. So Kazakhstan are going for their Protect.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense, and I think this is probably this is a very, very strong play as well.
Yeah, I was like wondering what was happening, because like Thailand's top 4 in quals. There's no way Kazakhstan would protect Nomad too. So like here we go. Now everything makes sense. I feel like this is a bit more of a fair pick for Kazakhstan to go for. Lean towards the tapping control, I suppose, since I mean, Thailand didn't really look the best on the one tapping map that they played previously, which was the DT2. So this is a map that they haven't played before. But I mean, even then, I would say in terms of skill set comfortability, there is the information on the DT2 there. So Kazakhstan has some experience with this map. They did a solid 2.4 million previously, so they have experience. They have a bit of, I mean, a favorability in terms of like this skill set in particular. So I like this pick. I like this Protect. It makes pretty solid sense, I suppose.
That comfort is kind of what you want from this SR, right? You need something that you need a score that you can consistently put on the board. I guess one thing to know about this map, I mean, I believe it was a original for Corsace Open, if I'm not mistaken. It was also featured as a fair control map there. And this map is going to be all about these differently numbered bursts. I believe there are some 4-note bursts. There are a lot of doubles littered throughout the map as well. And being able to control not just your tapping but your aim through some of these patterns will definitely be pretty rough for some of these players, because it's very easy to hyperfixate on your tapping on maps like this, right, where the rhythm is so dense that you just end up sacrificing a lot of your focus when it comes to the aim. So being not just able to tap this BPM comfortably, but being able to apply your comfort on tapping when the map throws all these control challenges at you is going to be key for getting a good score. And not just a good score, but you need good accuracy for a map like this as well. It's even more pivotal in group stage where we're expecting to see a lot of high scores from all across the lobby, that your accuracy is intact. Because it's very easy to fake an FC and get 800k, and that's going to be night and day compared to someone who can hold a 99 and get 1.1 mil. It's a 300k score difference, so it's going to be important.
Definitely a crucial point for both of these teams to try and tackle. They're gonna have to apply their complete mechanical ability onto this map, keep their tapping in check, but their aim steady and precise as well. That is really the danger that this map offers. The tapping and the aim mixed in. You can already see it messing some players up, specifically Peru from the Kazakhstani side. So not a good look for their second pick so far, but still got a lot of map left to go as Goal finds the next trade. It's looking to be equal on the board so far. Accuracy is kind of rough from the Kazakhstani side, but it is momoko to find the next miss. So Kazakhstan, they have a bit of a chance to try and bring it back. It doesn't matter if Kokopo has that 92, but he finds a miss right before the Ki. Now it's equal across the board. momoko with another miss. It's 2 FCs and 1 recovery for each team right now. It's looking incredibly tenuous as we're just waiting for the next miss to come. Who is gonna find that next mistake? Who is gonna shift the tides? Go out to lose the recovery. Kazakhstan has that potentially very, very advantageous position for them, especially as Niz finds that potentially final nail in the coffin for their team. He messes up the FC, leaving Lion and Knight on his own, of course with the trade. So it's basically just a 1v1 between Lion and Knight and Hahahami.
Yeah, I mean, what do you even do, right? It's not even just the combos at this juncture. You look at their accuracies as well. you see Nyx on 92, Mocha on the below 90, and meanwhile on the side of Kazakhstan, nobody dropping below 90, and you also have that big standout 97% act going into the final KI of the map. I mean, Parousia is just completely uncontested at this juncture. Lion and Knight is trying their best to bring that scoreline back to the left side, but with Parousia just a completely unbreakable wall on this double time 3, he can try as hard as he wants. That scoreline is not looking to go anywhere as we move into the tail end of this DD3. Finally, a country wins their own pick.
Oh, finally, indeed, Kazakhstan looking a bit shaky at the start, but it seems like they've finally warmed up quite a bit, especially as they went for such a decisive and such a damning show on this DT3. 2 B ranks from the Thai side, and Kazakhstan pulling up with 2 600Ks and a very strong recovery from Peru. 932K. That's a solid second point on the board for them. And now Thailand to try and reply back with something strong. I mean, Kazakhstan went for the Protect in the DT3. Are they going to go for that aforementioned No Mod 2? Or is it going to be something else? Free Mod 1 instead.
Yeah, Thailand really forcing Kazakhstan into uncharted waters, right? I think you mentioned that we haven't seen Kazakhstan dip their fingers into the free mod pool just yet. So with this pick for coming in from Thailand, they're really forcing, and they're playing into fog of war right here. They don't know how well Thailand is exactly on the free mods, and personally, I really don't think that they'd be rather weak, right? I mean, Kazakhstan is pretty damn strong when it comes to their hidden roster. I believe hidden was the stronger of their 2 mods, and given how they performed on the Hard Rocks, I don't think that they'd struggle filling 1 or 2 players on the Hard Rock at all. So yeah, it could be a pretty dangerous pick for Thailand if I'm being honest. But on low SR, this map is definitely more so a pure comfort check on your mods, right? It's a pure consistency check on your mods. So not really a lot of skill set to be had. It's mainly just gonna be a conversation about Sid comfort.
For sure. So I'm kind of curious in that case to see what sort of a roster we see from both teams, as you know, the mods on this map can get kind of weird. With the AR9, it does get kind of dense on the hidden, so comfort really gonna be required for that mod. And Hard Rock, I mean, in general, Hard Rock's always been a skill cap push mod, so I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of question marks
here. Put depressive on hidden. Put depressive on
hidden. Let's go.
It, guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
We have our 8 players in the lobby right now.
Depressive is not playing this map. What a disappointment.
Oh man, no hidden for Depressive. It's O-Sigma to fill in. And there you go. I think that's our 8 now. Kind of curious to see what kind of mod combinations we pull up here. So we haven't seen this map yet. I believe Thailand only played the free mod 2 previously. So another question mark, but at the very least, we have an idea that Thailand solid in terms of their mod depth, I suppose, coming in with really strong scores on the free mod 2 despite having 3 Hard Rocks. So are they gonna do the same here, considering AR9 a bit uncomfy on the hidden? Are they gonna go for a triple Hard Rock once again, or is it gonna be a different combination this time?
No
I see an
way.
18HR.
They are.
Oh my god, that's a triple Hard Rock.
Oh my goodness, from a contender team, no less. I mean, you normally wouldn't expect such a feat from a contender team, but here we are, 3-way Hard Rock, probably the heart of the 2 mods at this star rating, right? But it looks like they really just don't want to deal with the density of the AR9, and rightfully so. Look at what these players have to deal with. It's low BPM, low. We're already seeing some early misses come in from all across the screen. The bottom row of Kazakhstan and the left row of Thailand, all losing their combos, and with that, it's going to be 2 FCs to 2. Scoreline is currently extremely tied with each other, but we're definitely expecting to see these combos go down at some point in the map. The map slowly but surely builds to its next KI.
Yeah, it's an incredibly volatile skill set, especially the play with these mods. Line and Knight at the end of that burst messes up the slider on the HDHR as well. Doesn't have too good of accuracy as well, so that's gonna cap his score, and that's gonna potentially cap Thailand's chances of taking that second point on the board. Kazakhstan steals the lead back. The recoveries slowly but surely building back. Vixera finds the miss. That's the FC gone. Thailand has nothing to work with except for Comet-chan's recovery on that hidden. Kazakhstan, they have so much to work with, so much ammo to shoot back with. Osigman, Hami, and Peru. They're working so hard to try and steal this lead. They're working so hard to try and extend it over to their side. In Thailand, they're just suffering, man. Getting shoved down beneath the dirt. Lion and Knight and Meow, they have some bit of a combo to work with, but unless Osigman, unless Hahahami and Pera finds those misses, Osigman and Pera goes down. It's just Hahahami. There's a bit of a potential here, Gami.
Yeah, I mean, there is a potential, but we're already a quarter of the map through, and that scoreline is moving very, very slowly. In fact, it's flickering around the 200k mark, and that's just such a difficult margin to overcome, right? Although I will like to mention, it's really heartbreaking seeing Thailand lose a point like this, because you can understand why they wanted to go for a pick like this, right? Look at the left side and tell me that those accuracies aren't impressive. They're running this with 3 hard rocks, and you know, their hidden's holding at 95, but only one of their hard rocks is dropping below at 92. Vixera and Lion and Knight 90, 96, and 93 respectively. So these are very, very high accuracies, but at the end of the day, that consistency that just came with the hidden just managed to outweigh the likes of Thailand. I mean, you compare, look at the accuracies real quick. Look at that accuracy difference. like you could tell why Thailand wanted to go for this kind of pick, but like I mentioned before, right? I don't know. I wasn't a believer of this Fremont 1 pick from Thailand. I thought it was going to be pretty dangerous, and unfortunately, I have been proven correct. Kazakhstan take another breakpoint against Thailand, bringing the scoreline 1-3.
It is just a tragedy right here, man. The accuracies, the triple hard rock gamble. I mean, it looked relatively solid when you compare the accuracies of both of the teams, especially with Kakoput messing up with the 88 act, but still managed to find that combo to sort of match. And well, that's just how it is, man. They went for it, and it just left a lot for them for them to be desired. So now it's Kazakhstan to potentially push it to match point. What do they hope to go for? Is it going to be another DT potentially on the board? Are we going to see a reading map? Like the hidden 2 and
I think that's the best bet, right? I know the hidden 3 didn't really play out in their favor, but come on, your country is known for their hidden. It's either gonna be hidden 1 or hidden 2. I don't think you touch the mods here. I think they're too accessible, and yep, we're gonna see Lighten. Did we really pull Avataru again? Like, did we really pull Avatar? Guys, I feel like I've seen this map like 3 million times. And I'm low-key all for it. I love this map so much.
Banger!
Oh, so banger! W Pullers.
This song's chill, bro. This song's so chill.
This song's not chill, bro. This song is probably about some depressed girl wanting to do things that I can't say on stream. Like be so for real. He's so for real.
Maybe if you're from the Japanese team, this isn't as fun of a song to like kill and bob to, I suppose. But I mean, in hindsight, it is a bit of a calmer song, but considering the skill set that it has, which is AR8 linear control aim, I mean, it's slow but absolutely deadly. We're probably expecting to see some really nasty accuracies and some rough missteps out of nowhere from any of these players. So kind of interested to see how it goes. This is Kazakhstan's potential opportunity to push it to a match point here. So let's hope that it works for them. And meanwhile, for Thailand, they have done these games before. They've played this map once, and they actually did really good, doing 2.7 million. So Kazakhstan, they're gonna have to hope that Thailand puts up a stinker or that they pop off really hard. They are the favorite team on the hiddens. Hidden 3 didn't go the best, but I mean, well, let's see if second time's the charm, Gammy, because I'd say this is a pretty solid pick for them to go for.
Yeah, I know. This map itself was it was sort of like a gem in the graveyard for a very, very long time, and I think it pretty recently got ranked. In fact, no, okay, I guess not that recently. It got ranked about half a year ago. But
yeah, around
very, 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 very rightfully so, right? It's a phenomenal set from Ferom. I think the map itself, however, and this diff in particular, it places a lot of emphasis on the sliders. And, you know, the reading of this map isn't too intense, if you look at it from an editor, right, from a top-down view at the editor, but when you are a player and you have to incorporate the weird rhythms of the map, it definitely adds a lot more of a challenge. Maybe not to hold a combo, but when holding good accuracy, those rhythm changes can definitely trip you out. Not just that, in fact, I think a lot of these sliders that we'll see in the KI, hitting a lot of these slider ends will be pretty rough. An early miss from Liner Knight gonna kick things off, but you know, we have quite a ways to go on this map and instantly moved into the first KI.
Yep, here are those sliders that you're mentioning.
These hit sounds are so good.
Everyone's just chilling so far, but here comes the really big jumps, and this is where the difficulty really shines. We see misses from Osigman, from Comet-chan, and it's 3 combos across the board. Joha missing from Kazakhstan, so it's Thailand with a bit of an opportunity to take this lead as it's 2 FCs versus 2, and they have an extra recovery from Liner Knight as he tries and build that combo back. These jumps can get really nasty, especially with the nerves. Even if you've memorized this, if you're not feeling too comfy, it's so easy to mess up, to miss aim at this AR, to find an early tap while your cursors isn't on the note just yet. And you see that lead slowly inching towards Thailand as Kazakhstan. Those mistakes are looking to bite them in the back. It has shifted over to the left side, Gami. We're going into the second half. There's no misses just yet.
That's right, the tension only continues to build as the scoreline is on a tightrope walk at this juncture as we move into the last quarter of the map. A slight flickering of the scoreline. They know what's at stake, but they can't quite tell who's on top. We move into the final KI, once again all about these sliders, but this is not the problem. This is the problem where the rhythm changes come in. Comet-chan is going to be the first one to succumb victim, and followed by Moko Aoba. That scoreline's instantly going to shift in favor of the right side as they have all the recovery they need. Thailand take this hidden 2 and they move to match point, threaten ending the match against Thailand.
Kazakhstan, they are fighting so damn hard. Looked a bit shaky at the start, almost gave the lead, but the 4th point is theirs. HD3 be damned, the HD2 is here, and the HD2 will sit in their side comfortably by a margin of 370k, and now it's up to Thailand to try and build something back as they have a long road ahead of them if they want to win this match. It is their next pick. They have 2 picks after this. They have 2 picks left, and Kazakhstan only one more option to play for their side. Once Thailand is done with their current one. So Thailand, they have the game to play with, but Kazakhstan are looking so damn strong, so damn solid right now. So it kind of feels like even when they have the choice of going for whatever maps that they like, it still feels like they're just getting suffocated by Kazakhstan's immense depth in this map pool.
At the same time, right, they still do have that momoko at their disposal, and I think that they could definitely just throw it out. That's probably going to be their next pick. I don't really see any other option if you're Thailand at this juncture, right? You're backed into a corner and you still have the protect left, just shoot it. And it is a very good pick for them. I think in qualifiers, we've been talking all about it this matchup, right? Number 4 in the qualifiers, momoko. So in terms of numbers, the numbers where that's concerned, momoko is definitely their best bet, and they do just that. It's going to be Architects of Extinction.
Here we are. It is the Flow picked once and for all by the Flow team of the lower seeds. Thailand, they came in swinging from qualifiers, somehow getting number 4 a Nightmare invitation, and now they're gonna go for that skill set once again here to potentially try and build some momentum back. They played this once before against Argentina, getting a decent 2.5 million. Liner Knight, I think, with the only FC in Niz with an 800k. I'm assuming it's gonna be the same roster for that team, I suppose, in this map once again. And Kazakhstan, they haven't played this just yet, so kind of curious to see what kind of a roster they pull up with. They should be chilling pretty well as they have a lot of opportunities to close out the match. This is, I would say, probably Thailand's best bet of getting another point, considering it is their skill set, as long as they don't mess up too badly. I mean, on paper, they look to be the stronger flow. Flow team. So it's their protect It is their skill set. It is their map. Thailand, all they have to do is play their game and try and build something back, and there's still a potential for them to garner maybe some points.
At the same time, right, you cannot discount the fact that the mental strain that's probably on the Thai roster right now at this juncture, right? You have a knife pressed up against your throat, and you have such a steep mountain to climb. You need at least 3 points and then a tiebreaker to win if you want to take it all. And you know, in that sense, it's really hard. That definitely doesn't do them any favors. But as you said, this is their game. They just need to play it. Before we get into the map, however, huge shoutouts to Kane or Zion or K, and man, I hate whining for being the lovely custom mapper for this map. This is a lovely 170 BPM flow-in test, right? At this SR, you know, if you are a pooler for this SR, you know how annoying it is to find good low SR, low BPM flow-in no mod 2s. So this is definitely a huge help for the map pooling team. And this map itself, you know, it's sort of unlike anything we see at this SR. You know, we see a lot of incredibly space flowing streams. We see very sharp angular changes, including some not really XL decel, but spacing changes, sharp spacing changes midstream. So a lot of the stuff that you typically see in your higher SR farm maps, but just taken at a lower SR at 170 BPM. And instantly as we get into the map, you get to see what it's all about. You know, it's all about these incredibly space flowing streams.
Oh, it's such a raw and incredibly well-mapped flow test. There's just nothing that you can really hope to try and save yourself with once you find a massive chain miss, because this map, it just continues on going with these space streams, and at this BPM it can get kind of uncomfortable. This SR you mentioned, it's just so odd to see such spacings popping up in a Nomad 2 at around 6 stars or 6.1. So you can see some of these stacks, some of these linears, some of these space circle streams catching some people off guard. Misses all across the board. It's of course from Kazakhstan. It's Line and Knight, Saki Ayase, and Meow from Thailand. It's only Niz to hold the FC for Thailand, and Kazakhstan, they're still holding strong, but it's such a long map, so this lead isn't gonna scale too far just yet, and it's Kakofu to find that next miss, that next FC lost. Saki Ayase, Meow, they just continue to find these misses. The recoveries are kind of dying here, but thankfully, of course, is trading that, so there's a bit of an opportunity, but this goes down. That's the last FC from Thailand gone. It's only Hahahami from Kazakhstan, and now the question is, how long can they hold for?
Yeah, I mean, that's right? Niz is the only thing holding back the floodgates, and this map isn't looking to slow down anytime soon. That's just going to be more and more combo for Kazakhstan to steal. Hahami really just trying to squeeze out all of the score that he can get out of this 900 combo FC at this juncture. And as you move into yet another stream section, I say yet another stream section, but the entire map is just the same thing. It's just raw intensity. You get into the spinner, of course, is the only one to find a miss, but that's not who you need to go down when you're staring down a Hahami with a massive 1k combo and a 96% accuracy to boot. However, the recovery from Thailand is intact. I will say Line and Knight, Saki Ayase, and Meow XD are all waiting for their golden opportunity. It's really just Hahami preventing that scoreline from beginning to shift towards the left side. But if he goes down, more and more pressure is put onto his back. He is completely alone when it comes to holding the combo from Kazakhstan. So the question is, can he survive? Saki Ayase finds a miss, but he takes down Hahami with him. And with that, Meow XD and Light and I have everything they need going to this last quarter to steal that scoreline back.
The consistency is there. Kazakhstan had the opportunity, but they fall apart just when they had the chance to close out everything once and for all. Thailand, it looked incredibly tenuous. It looked incredibly disastrous, but they just found the combos at the right timings. Line and Knight, Meow, Saki Ayase, Niz, banding together as a unit. Consistent scores all across the board, even with that incredibly strong combo from Hahami. Even with Kokopu holding that combo, Thailand is not done just yet. Thailand will keep things running. They still have another map left to go. They will take a second point on the board with their Nomad to protect.
Yep. Thailand might be backed into the corner, but they're not willing to go down without a fight. They survive for yet another point, but they're definitely nowhere near out of the out of the. They're nowhere near in the clear. Holy crap! I am just all in my head right now. They're currently 2 points against Kazakhstan, and there's still a break point down, so they need to find it with this very pick. They still have one more left in the tanks, but frankly speaking. Yeah, but I don't want to be a downer, but I really don't know what Thailand pick into, even if Kazakhstan lose out on this point, right? And before we get into that, in fact, we gotta talk about what Kazakhstan's gonna throw out next. They're most likely gonna throw out yet another hidden pick. I think it's likely gonna be hidden one, right? I don't think they want to play into any of the gray areas that we saw before. Although the number 5 could be an interesting shout. I think the number 5 could be a potential shout for Kazakhstan. But I still do think that the hidden one is going to be most likely unless Kazakhstan want to play away from something more consistent, something more accessible. And in that sense, I don't know if Thailand can even survive one more pick. I mean, what are your thoughts in this about this?
Well, at this point in the game, you can't really be thinking about that sort of stuff when you're Thailand. All you have to do is hope for the best and keep yourself together. Otherwise, that is the end of the road for you. And Thailand, they're looking at potentially, potentially a loss in the group stage. It's not the end for them yet, but it's gonna be a bit of a disadvantageous position for them to be in, especially as they're in the lower seeds. So they need to make every match, every win count. Thailand, I mean, they'll have to worry about that later because it's still Kazakhstan's pick. They'll think about their next pick. They'll think about their final option to force tiebreaker. It's just they're just gonna have to worry about what's going on right now, which is Kazakhstan going for that reading pick again. I don't think either team has actually went for this Nomad 5 just yet. So kind of another interesting question mark for us to see here. HD2 went really, really well for Kazakhstan earlier, so I would say they are in favor for this map, but this is a bit of a different beast considering it's no mod reading. It's a lot more denser, coming in at, I believe this is AR6, and there's also a bit of a precision factor with the CS5 going on. Also a lot longer at coming in at almost 3 minutes, so the consistency is there. It's a completely different beast compared to that HD2. I understand Kazakhstan, maybe a bit scared to go for the HD1, the mechanics, considering they lost that HD3. Maybe HDs aren't the most reliable for them, so they just went for reading, considering HD2 went relatively well for them. So, I mean, it's a solid pick on paper in hindsight. The question is, what scores are we going to see from both sides, considering this is the first time we are seeing any of these two countries playing this map?
Yeah, very early on, this is definitely the kind of map where you'll be able to tell from just a look whether a player is capable or incapable of playing a map like this, right? AR6 sets itself at a pretty perilous position where it's either you can or you can't. And so in that sense, it's definitely one of the more decisive picks that Kazakhstan can go for. But we haven't seen any of these players perform on the way are, so we don't quite know how well they'll do on paper. Before we begin, real quick, a huge shout out to A Night Parrot for this lovely custom map. We're going custom map for custom map. One straight into another, so huge shout out to all the custom mappers for this pool. And instantly you get to see what it's all about, right? It's all about the structural reading, a lot of wide angle XLD cell patterns littered across the screen. And there we have it. Early on, at a glance, you can already tell that Thailand is going to be the country that's struggling just that much more. In fact, a lot of the players in the lobby are struggling, not everyone on the Kazakhstan roster. It's depressive, man. You're so bad. You did, bro. Just pack it up, brother. But you look at the rest of the roster, and I mean, you're looking at a double 99 and Hahami right behind them with a recovery on that, not recovery, with an FC in fact, as you move into the KI.
Yes, it's off the bat just looking so much better for Kazakhstan than it is for Thailand, so it's disaster from the left side. It is the perfect kryptonite for Kazakhstan to go for to end the match potentially here, and I'm gonna be honest, I think that potential is gonna become a decisive fact, as there is not a combo in sight from Thailand except two somewhat low act recoveries from Niz and Meow that isn't really going to do anything against the Joha, against Pera, against Hahahami, even against Depressive's solid recovery at 94 act. Like, the Kazakhstani team are just keeping it together and holding super strong, and Thailand, they have no room to breathe. They cannot find their way into this maze. They are lost and they are getting trampled.
Thailand, it's really a shame. And you know what? It's pretty short. I mean, it's not the craziest thing in the world, but the thing is, Thailand is 5 seeds down Kazakhstan. You know, Kazakhstan is seed 30, Thailand is seed 25, and the fact that Kazakhstan is able to put up such a showing against their opponents really just goes to show either one of two things. Either Kazakhstan's seed is just not real, or that, you know, the nature of group stage really demands a lot of consistency for a lot of these players, and I definitely think it's the latter. On another day, there was definitely a world where, you know, the scoreline goes the other way. Thailand sweeps 5-2 maybe, but unfortunately, that day is not today. As you move into the last quarters of the map, Kazakhstan, you know, it's just a start point at this point. It's just how far can they take it? They're currently they're only holding on with Depressive's recovery combo, but that is more than enough. An 800k going to 900k score lead, moving in favor of the right side, as Kazakhstan go 3-0 in their group stage win-loss record.
It is absolutely insane from Kazakhstan. They are just looking so well-rounded, so solid in practically most of the skill sets that they play, despite being the lower seed, despite being seed 30 only. Kazakhstan looking to take the lead. I believe that's actually a 2-0 so far in their group, and they will take first place so far in their group. They still have another match, but they are in a very solid position to get themselves into the bracket once group stage is done. It is a GG well played for both teams, and it is a very nice game from the Kazakhstani team.
Yep. But I think with that, it's probably a good place to close off. We have so many matches lined up for you for the rest of this weekend, so do hop on for those if you are interested. Before we go, last shoutouts to Thailand for an amazing performance, and huge shoutouts to everybody involved with this match, in particular Pitxort for being our lovely streamer, and of course Gabasses for being my lovely co-cast. Any last words from you before we wrap up the stream?
It's been fun, chill matches, pretty cool stories coming up. I like seeing the lower seeds fight for their lives and try and prove themselves worthy of getting to the bracket. So here's to more cool matches. Good luck to Thailand. Hopefully they could still put up a fight. And Kazakhstan sitting comfy. Let's see how well they do. And well, GG well played. Here's to more cool matches.
Yep, the big question marks in the air as to whether Thailand can beat out their opponents in Argentina to be able to qualify to the bracket stage, but that's definitely a story for another time. But with that, my name has been Xtrullor, his name has been Gabasses. You are watching the 5-Digit World Cup, and we'll see you very shortly when we do. Bye bye!
Bye bye!